Welcome dear student, we are dealing with the Scholodon and today we will see the classification along with the habitats and habit of Scholodon and along with the economic importance of Scholodon. So let's see the classification. As I have already told you about, it belongs from the phylum Chordata because it has the notochord, nerve cord and gill slits. That's why it belongs from the phylum Chordata. Subphylum Vertebrata or Craniata because it is having the vertebral column and cranium, that is a brain box. The brain is kept into that box, that is cranium. Section Gnathostomata, jaws are present. Then class Chondrichthyes, that is cartilaginous fishes. Pleurotremata, it is having this ventral mouth, lateral gills, as well as the placoid scales are present on the body, and body is spindle shaped, tapering at both ends. Then family is Carcharinidae, genus is Scholodon, and species is Soracova. So it is Indian dogfish, commonly called as Indian dogfish. Soracova is a Tamil word, that is the black shark, and it is on an average 60 centimeter long, and it is having the dark gray color above or dorsal side, but at the ventral side it is having the pale white in color. Then let's see the habitat of the Scholodon. It is the sharks of Indian seas, commonly found in Indian coastal region, basically to the South Indian coastal regions, distributed into the Indian Ocean as well as Bay of Bengal, Eastern Pacific Ocean, and in Atlantic Oceans along the coast of South America. So these are the regions where this Scholodon is commonly found. Then, because as it is exclusively marine water fish, habit, it is a carnivorous, entirely feed on the flesh. Teeth are present, teeth are backwardly directed, homodont, polyphyodont condition, and without kinds of the mastications or the chewing, directly food is going to be engulfed. Then it is a voracious feeder, means it repeatedly feeds, continuously feeds on the prey. Those kinds of the individuals which continuously feeds, such individuals are called as voracious feeders. Then it is a fast swimmers. With the help of this paired and unpaired fin, it swim very fastly into the waters. And aquatic breathers means with the help of the gills, 5 pairs of the gills are present, lateral gill slits are present into the Scholodon, and with the help of this it breathe or respire. Then sexes are separate. Sexes are separate, male and females are separate. There is a sexual dimorphism in Scholodon. The male is having the clasper just to the side of the pelvic fin beside the cloaca, and in case of the female, claspers are absent. Such condition is called as sexual dimorphic condition. With the help of these characters, we can distinguish or identify which one is the male and female. Such character is called as sexual dimorphic characters. Fertilization is internal in Scholodons. With the help of these accessory copulatory organs or reproductive organs, that is claspers, the male can inject the male gamete into the genital opening of the female. That is internal fertilization. Then it is viviparous. It gives direct birth to the young one. That is about the viviparity. Those which give direct birth are called as viviparous. Those which lay the eggs are called as oviparous, and those which generally lay the eggs but the eggs are hatching into the body and into these kinds of the uterus, and the young ones are emerges out. This is called as ovoviviparous. So these are the 3 types on the giving the birth or just laying the eggs or forming the new individuals. So this is Scholodon is viviparous, gives direct birth to the young ones. So this is all about the habitat and habit of the Scholodon along with the classification. Hope you understand this habitat, habit and classification of the Scholodon. After classification, habitat and habit of the Scalodon, we will see the economic importance of Scalodon. So this is important bit, economic importance of Scalodon. What are the economic importance of Scalodon? The Scalodon, as you know, marine individual found at the coastal regions of the Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, to the specifically South Indian coastal region, and the species is Sorakoa, that is black shark. It is Tamil word. So these kinds of the Scalodon, which is used as a food material by the poor people in coastal areas. Why? Because the flesh of the Scalodon is not so much delicious or not so much tasty. That's why it is not having the good market demands or the market value, because as it is not a bony fish, it is a cartilaginous fish or sharks. That's why it is not delicious or tasty, the flesh, as compared to the bony fish. Then along with that, it also salted, collected from the ocean and just salted so that it can just keep as it is for a long time and sold to the African sailors. And these African sailors take away these kinds of the Scalodons and they use it as for different purposes. Then this is another use. Then shark fin soup is also used by the Chinese. The fins, as you know very well, dorsal fin, pectoral fin, pelvic fins, these caudal fins, different fins are present, and these fins are used for preparing the soup. And the shark fin soup used by these Chinese, or in many continental hotels, this shark fin soup is used as a dish into the soup. So this is one more use. Then skin, which is used by the carpenters for smoothing and polishing, because the skin containing the placoid scales which are deeply embedded into the skin and they are not easily removed, which give the scrubby sandpaper like appearance to the skin. The skins are to be separated, dried and used as a sandpaper like structures or the materials for smoothing and polishing. So that is use of the skin. Then dried skin of the Scalodon is called as shagreen. So this is important word, shagreen. Shagreen is nothing but the dried skin of Scalodon, and this shagreen, which is used for covering the carcasses, jewel boxes, as well as for ornamental works. So that is the use of shagreen, which is nothing but the dried skin. Then liver oil is used for curing the leather. The liver oil, which is collected from the shark liver or that Scalodon liver, is used for curing the leathers, for making the tarpaulins and other oils for manufacturing the soap. So that is the preparation. For the preparation of the soap, this liver oil is also used, then which contain the fats or the lipid. Then shark liver oil is sold as substitute for cod liver oil. As you know, cod fish is very famous for its liver oil, and it is having the good market value, that cod liver oil. And this shark liver oil, that is Scalodon liver oil, is also used as a substitute for the cod liver oil, because it's also containing the huge amount of the oil into the liver of Scalodon. Then this Scalodon is also used as a fertilizers. It is sold as a fertilizers, which fertilizes the farm. Then these kinds of the Scalodon is good laboratory animals, that good vertebrate animals, by which or by studying this Scalodon into this laboratory, we will get an idea about the all different kinds of the systems or the physiology, morphology, anatomy of the higher chordates. So for that purpose, it is kept into the studies. So these are the importance of the Scalodon. Beside this, Scalodon, which is also harmful because it feeds on the other fishes, and due to this it causes damage to the fishermen, because it kill the different important bony fishes and feed on it. So likewise, these kinds of the harms which also causes by the Scalodon. So these are some economic importance of the Scalodon. As a food, salted and sold to the African sailor, soup is going to be prepared, skin is used for smoothing and polishing, dried skin is called as a shagreen, used for preparing the carcasses, jewel boxes and ornamental work. Liver oil is used for curing the leathers and again used for making the soaps. And shark liver oil is used as substitute for the cod liver oil. And it also used as a fertilizer, and it is a good animal to study the higher vertebrate animal anatomy, physiology or morphology, and that's why it is used in just for the study or syllabus. So likewise, these are economic importance of the Scalodon. Hope you enjoyed and understood the lectures. Still having any doubts or the query, please feel free to write into comment box. And thank you very much for watching the entire video.